right. Griffin, can you welcome our guests in, if you don't mind? Zachary, Ryan, and Anna from Atman's Deli are here, and they brought food with them, and I'm excited about that part of this. I'm very, very excited as we're getting ready for St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, and I heard a rumor there might be some corned beef in one of these bags, and that makes me very, very happy. Oh my, the magic bags. The magic bags are here. Zachary, go ahead. I'll have you have a seat right there, and you'll have that microphone, the green one, right in front of you. And then, Anna, there's a microphone sitting right in front of you as well, if you don't mind holding it. Zachary, you might need to slide that one a little bit closer to you. Have it right in front of you. Zachary and Anna are here from Atman's Harbor Point. I want to start, let's work backwards, because I remember John Colson coming to me one day and saying, hey, did you know they're opening a new Atman's? And I said, I had no idea, but more Atman's doesn't sound like a bad thing to me. Whichever one of you wants to, who wants to give me the background of how we got to this point with the brand new Atman's in Harbor Point?
Well, first off, I really
Zachary, if I could, you even have that microphone slid even closer to you.
Yeah, first off, I really want to say thank you so much.
And is
for
that bag
having us
blocking?
here.
I want to make sure everybody can see Zachary Griffin. Is that bag getting in the way? All right.
We got it.
Very good. Sorry, Zachary. I just want to make sure everybody knows you're here.
I just wanted to say my name is Zachary Wanuga, and I just wanted to say thank you very much for having us here, Glenn. I've looked into your show a lot, and you do a lot of good work for the community, so it's
Thank
really
you,
important
Zachary.
what we have you doing
That's
out
very
here.
that's very nice of you to say.
Yeah, there's a long history behind Atman's, and
Yeah, there is.
anyone who's lived in Baltimore for quite some time knows the name Atman's. I mean, it started back in 1913, where a Russian immigrant came to the United States, and with nothing but a pair of clippers and a comb, where he used to cut hair on the way here.
I don't think I knew this.
Yep,
This is a great.
In order to get some extra pocket change, he cut hair on the way here in order to get that. And 2 years later, he would go on to start a business that would last over a century, and that business is Atman's, and that is the longest it's the longest standing deli that is family owned in America. And Harry Atman is the one who came over and started Atman's, and he established it in 1915, so it's been open for about 110 years in Baltimore. And the story of Atman's is really a story of community and philanthropy, because when Baltimore was at its lowest point, the Atman's family stayed there and worked hard to try to make sure that they can feed the entire city, and feed the entire city they did. So Harry Atman took over Atman's from about 1915 to about 1968, when he transferred the business down to Seymour Atman after his death. And during that time in 1968, but up until that point, Atman started off as just really a grocery. And during 1968, Baltimore was in great decline. I mean, just from 1970 to 1980, we had over 100,000 people leave the city of Baltimore and move up to the suburbs. Businesses were declining, and this was a huge problem because businesses were not making profit margins. But Atman's chose to stay. And the reason Atman's chose to stay is because Seymour took the business model and revamped it after it was passed down to him from Harry Atman. And he revamped it by turning it into a deli.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's when he started up the room where you could come in and come sit, lines all the way out onto the streets. People. Yep.
Yeah, it's really the true American dream, and
Yeah.
I love that about the story, the history.
The passion, by the way, with which you speak about it, like I couldn't help but be moved by it,
Yeah,
right?
because it's a great story.
I think anybody in this city knows how important Atman's is.
Mm-hmm.
But we just know, right? Like, and I mean that. Like, we've grown up here. I'm from here. Atman's has always been a part of my life. Now, I'm not Jewish, but like all of my Jewish friends, it's a big part of their
That's
life.
right. Corned beef touches everyone's
But
palate.
that's the point is, for me, I didn't need to be Jewish. Now, I will admit, I've never had the matzo ball soup, and everybody tells me that, like, it's the best, and I should
in for
have
a
the
good
matzo
one
ball
today.
soup. Well, that's exciting. I've actually never had the Atman's matzo ball soup. But I promise you that I have had lots of corned beef, and whenever anybody wants corned beef, it's always been the place to go. But I say that to say it's like a part of, it's an institution, is the way to say it. Atman's is an institution. But the passion to which you tell the history of Atman's is beautiful, man. Like, it's beautiful because I don't know it. I just know it's always been a part of our lives here.
Well, many people do know this history, and that's one of the greatest things about working there is because you walk into Atman's Harbor Point and you have history up on the wall.
Yeah.
You walk in and you have the owners telling you history, all right? You walk in and you have our customers coming up and giving their perspective on history, coming up and saying,
Yep.
man, I was here when I was a kid.
Yep.
My mom, my grandma used to bring
Yep.
me here. I get the Diet
Yep.
Dr. Brown soda with
Yep.
the hot corned beef. I'd be on my way. So yeah, when Harry Atman came here, he came here not only with that comb and with those clippers, but he came here with a hot corned beef recipe that was very cheap at the time. Hot corned beef, very inexpensive to make at the time. He started selling 2 in a brown paper bag for a nickel over on Baltimore Street. And then 1933, they established our East Lombard location.
Yep.
And from there, we went all the way up until Seymour took over in 1968. And then that's when Baltimore was in decline. Atman stayed. Atman stayed and fed all of Baltimore. They started feeding the Ravens before the Ravens game. They started feeding the Orioles. They started feeding Congress every single annually.
I don't think
each
I knew
year.
that part of it. I don't
Yeah.
think I knew that. That's wild.
Yeah, we are actually in both stadiums. We're in Camden.
Right, I did know that.
Yep.
Yeah, and I know it was very exciting for people. Like it was a very good news for everyone.
Yeah,
to
when
have-
you walk into our new location, we definitely try to showcase all of this. The history is very important. We're 109 years in, but 109 years ago, we need to bring that story to light. And when you walk in, it's all over the walls. There's a lot.
It's awesome.
It's
so
definitely a
cool.
new take on an old tradition.
So let's get to Harbor Point, right? Like Anna, so we all know Atman's. And again, when this was presented to me, I was like, well, another Atman's is great. And then John was like, actually, it's even better than
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's definitely not what you're thinking. If you hear Atman's and you know Lombard, even if you know Potomac is different than our other locations. We have a bar, full service bar. You can get our whole menu there. We have handcrafted cocktails, beers on tap. We even have a house beer. It's a Baltimore Pilsner. It's really
Cool.
good.
Oh, that's
Yep.
cool.
Yep, and then we have a dining room, kibitz room, full service there, and of course our takeout and online. We're on DoorDash, Uber, and Grubhub.
I don't know if this is the way that you want me to say it, but I've been kind of saying it's like Atman's on steroids. Like, it's,
Yes.
it's, you know what I mean? Like,
we
it's-
offer everything, every
it's-
service.
It's everything that you love about Atman's and more. Like, and we all already love Atman's. Now it's and the bar, and you can hang out and watch the games and continue to spend time there afterwards, which is perfect. And what a cool location in Harbor Point. Too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and it's a
Like,
sports style bar too.
Yeah.
Also kind of like we have outlets at every bar seat. So
Oh, that's
and it's a
cool.
business district.
Wow.
So you come down, work on your laptop, charge your phone, whatever
It's
it is.
such a small thing, but what a cool thing that is.
No, it's awesome. And I know Zach can attest to this. That neighborhood is booming.
Yeah.
Next couple months, everyone's gonna know Harbor Point.
That's
Everything's
so
building
cool.
up.
And that was really the goal of Mark Atman to begin with. I mean, after Seymour took over, he revamped it and revitalized it into a deli. Now that Mark took over, this is now the third generation of revitalization of the Atman's business. And yeah, he wanted to move it into a fancier, up and coming area so we can really have a hold on all of Baltimore and make sure that we can continue the mission of feeding this city.
It's awesome. God, that's awesome. All right, so now we get to the no offense,
Let's get to the good
the
part.
star of the show. The star of the show are these magical bags that you have brought in the studio this morning. Where do you want me to go first? Like, trust me,
Gotta get that matzo ball soup
I have
first.
never tried the matzo ball soup. It's a straight shoot. I have never tried Atman's matzo ball soup in my life, and everyone in my life raves about Atman's matzo ball soup.
So that is our Maryland crab. We have cream of crab as well, Maryland crab, jumbo lump, really good. Again, it's the same menu from our other Atmans, with a little more to it, a little more pizzazz. That is our chicken noodle.
Okay.
Matzo balls in there.
By the way, the soup in general at Atman's, legendary. Like, legendary.
The soup is really good. We got our homemade kettle chips.
Okay, Griffin, we got to make sure we get pictures.
Okay.
Too. I want to
yeah.
make sure that we get. Is that a pickle that I just saw?
Glenn's a big
That is
pickle
a
guy.
pickle.
I
yes.
am. Everyone
It's
knows.
a kosher dough.
Everyone knows, and I've never gone to Atman's without getting a pickle for the record.
Yes, in our Atman's at Harbor Point, we have a complimentary pickle bar for.
I
everyone that
heard
comes
about
in.
that.
Yes.
I said
How come we
I
not
might
mention that
move in.
earlier?
Yes.
Like, I might move in the moment that I heard those words. It's the most exciting sentence that anyone has ever
You
said
should
in
see
my
people's faces when you tell them, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, our pickle ball's right over there.
pickle
Like,
bar.
Yeah, we got
What?
more than pickles too. We got a lot. We got like pickled tomatoes. Was it the cherry peppers? I'm gonna warn everyone right now.
You don't, Anna. You don't understand. Like, it's actually dangerous for me.
Well,
like,
you're in
this
luck.
sets up.
We play with fire, and we got the
Oh,
plate
look
today.
at that! Look at this, Griffin. This is really all. This is the funny part. Is that, like, I want to try everything else, but like I could just this alone. Look at all of this. The olives. Oh my God. I eat it.
Yeah,
What kind of-
those I
what
would
kind
say
of-
take a small
what
bite
kind
at
of pepper?
first.
Yeah, what
They're hot cherry peppers. They're really good, but you gotta go slow.
Oh.
And then our Atman's mustard. Everyone knows about the Deli mustard. Really good. This is
That's
our
so good.
Constellation Club.
Tell me about it. I don't think I've ever had a
So it's a
Constellation
triple
Club.
decker. It's on rye. It has ham, turkey, tomato, lettuce, and Swiss cheese. And then this is our 4-hour St. Patty's weekend only. We have corned beef egg rolls.
Done.
Oh.
Done.
And
Done. Say no
Depending
more.
if everyone likes
Say
them,
no
they might
more.
be on the menu.
Say no more, Griffin. We're trying. This is where we're going.
With side of Russian dressing.
This is boy. All right, hang on a second. So tell me about the corned beef egg rolls. Just
Corned beef egg rolls. They have sauerkraut in them, slaw, and corned beef. That's all you need.
get some Russian
The
dressing.
side of Russian.
All right, we'll try them at the same time. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Quick
I'm
one-bite
so,
taste
I'm
test.
so excited about this. You have no idea how excited. All right, here we go. Ah! Wow, that's so good. That's unbelievable.
I'm glad. I'm
incredible.
glad. You gotta come out for St.
You-
Patty's weekend.
Stop
then.
it. These have to stay on the menu. These have to stay on the menu.
I'll definitely put the word in.
And this is perfect. First of all, anybody that's ever... Yeah, Colson, get in here. Get in here. Try a corned beef egg roll. Yell at him. Colson, come try a corned beef egg roll.
You know what else
Yeah.
just happened?
What?
They're adding goose flights.
Oh,
Oh.
my gosh. As if it could get any better. Goose...
It's what happens when you leave the sales department
Goose-
alone with
goose-
the manager.
yeah. Goose Flights Lager set to be available at Atman's Harbor Point.
Probably
That's
right
unbelievable.
in a few days or whatever.
Oh my gosh! On top of everything else, that's incredible. Try,
Oh my
Get
God.
some. Yeah. You
Yeah.
put a little Russian dressing on that. Dip a little. Yeah. Tell me about how good your life is. All right, that's a 10.5. Now, first of all, that doesn't surprise me because everybody knows the corned beef at Atman's is the best in town. So nothing about this surprises me. This is just what we call a really good idea that can never go away. And it works as a perfect bar food, right? Like, with the bar, this is a perfect bar food item to have, to me, not just for St. Patrick's Day, but at all times. What?
And then get this.
What is
These
that?
are the Reuben fries.
Reuben fries?
They are also a very good bar snack.
Oh my.
Corned beef and slaw on top of Western fries.
Oh.
Yeah, we also
Yep,
dump a
yep.
little bit of Russian dressing on it as well.
Russian
Mm-hmm.
dressing.
Shut up.
Do we have forks?
No, I don't care. We don't need forks. We're all friends here. It's just gonna waste time. It's just no offense. It's just gonna waste time for that
No,
food.
you're good.
Could be in our mouths. That's brilliant. Like, this is again, we talk about like the idea of the next evolution of Atman's. The idea of taking
my
things.
God.
All right, don't rub it in. I haven't tried one yet.
No, you'll get it.
Taking things that we all know that you do so well and then making them more of bar-centric and that type of experience. This is brilliant.
Fried pickles. I never mentioned the fried pickles. How could I forget?
Y'all.
No, you bring up
Y'all.
a good point though, Glenn. Is that's one of the things is that everybody loves us for our food, so why not have a better atmosphere? We call it the atmosphere. Why not have a better atmosphere to
hangout
enjoy
aspect of it, right? Like the idea of we want you. Atman's is always a friendly place to be. Like everybody's always associated Atman's with a very friendly neighborhood. But the idea of come spend the evening here, come hang out and watch the game, come hang out. It's perfect. All right, hang on a second.
Be food for Leah? Is that just-
Yeah, we have plenty of food. We have tell her to come get an egg roll. Tell her to come get because there's only one of those left.
These are pastrami's, corned beef.
Stop it. Stop it. I know how good those are. I've had plenty of those. Plenty of those over the years. I've probably had 1 million. Look at that. Stop. It's brilliant. Leah, where's the other egg roll? We need to give Leah the last egg roll. Here it is. Leah, come get this egg roll. This corned beef egg roll. Tell me how great that is. That one's yours. Here, you need some Russian dressing. Do it.
No, I don't do Russian.
Oh, come on, Leah.
Come on,
It's
Leah.
a corned beef egg
It'll
roll.
be good like that.
You're in Rome, Leah. Come on.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, man. All right. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's Atman's corned beef and an egg roll. How could it be bad? Leah says it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's the understatement of the century. We got plenty more for you. All right. What all? Let's get the promote. What's the call to action? The call to action is we want everybody to check out, obviously, the new Atman's in Harbor Point. AtmansDeli.com, I know, is the website, but specifically for St. Patrick's Day weekend, you mentioned the corned beef egg rolls. What else is going on this weekend for people that want to get their corned beef on?
Definitely bangers and mash. If you're not a corned beef person, we have more St. Patty's Irish options. It is sausages with
how much I
black
love
peppercorn gravy and peas and homemade mashed potatoes.
You know how much I love bangers and mash.
It just melts in your mouth.
It is really good because
No.
even our
Incredible.
featured specials are really good.
Like, who doesn't love corned beef and cabbage, right? Like, corned beef and cabbage is perfect. But I am a man who, on St. Patrick's Day, requests from Mrs. Clark bangers and mash every year.
We hit the mark.
That's my
then.
go-to. I need a fork, Griffin. I need a fork more than I need air to breathe. Like, no offense to the air and water and all the needs that we have, but there is nothing that I have needed more in my life than I need a fork at this moment. Thank you. Thank you. I apologize to everybody who's just sitting here watching us eat, but you know what? You could go to Atman's Harbor Point, and then you'd be eating too right now.
Exactly. We got live music on Saturday the 16th, 7 p.m. to midnight. Kitchen open until midnight. We have a special St. Patty's Day weekend, of course, with our classics on the menu, and some added goodies, of course.
I feel like the other thing, too, is that, like, once Orioles season gets underway, it's the place to go before and after games, and while the Orioles on the road, the place now to go during games to hang out.
Yeah, absolutely.
At Atman's Harbor Point. Like, this is now part of your life moving forward. This is the way it's going to be.
100%. Not only that, we just signed a contract to be at the Orioles stadiums from now on. So
What specifically is going to be available at the stadium? I know corned beef is going to be available. Do you know what else is going to be available at the stadium?
Corned beef, pastrami, the oven roasted turkey, which is the juiciest turkey I've ever had personally.
All right.
It's really good.
All right, I'm getting a little bit bangers and mash. has to
Dr.
happen.
Brown's, of course.
What is the story on? I've never asked this before. What's the story on Dr. Brown's? What's the history of that?
mainly, it's just been around for a very long time, and that's
Okay.
been our dine-in soda for the longest time.
Oh,
And
I know that.
Yeah, like I said,
It's in a lot of Jewish delis, definitely New York.
Okay.
In New York and New York based.
All right. This goes back to me not being Jewish, that I don't know the history. I'm just like, I've just associated with you guys for forever, and so I've never asked questions. All right, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Griffin, look at that.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
see it.
that.
It's
Hang on a second.
unbelievable. Oh my gosh.
Evil laughter.
Just,
there's gonna be
I don't know who's scheduled for the rest of the show. Sorry. Tell them we're not doing it. That's where I'm spending my day. That's unbelievable. Is
It's
this
really
also
good.
only for the weekend, or is this?
That is only for the weekend, although it was a really big hit and it's really
Oh.
good. So I will personally be advocating for it to come back.
Let me tell you. There are so many people that attempt to do bangers and mash, and it's just like they don't know. It's too gloopy. Like they put gravy on, but like they don't know what they're doing. They don't understand how you're supposed to compliment. That's
It's all about
good.
balance.
And the peas. I'm not even a big, who. Most people say like, okay, peas are fine, but nobody's a big fan of the peas. The peas add something to the bangers and. Oh.
It's the gravy too. The gravy's really good. We got a really good country style gravy on our
Look at me.
chicken waffles.
I could just die right now. Like, I don't know that I'm ever going to be this happy again in my life. Like, look at this. Look at the bounty that's sitting in front of me. It's all for me. Sorry, nobody else gets in. All right, atmansdeli.com. Atman's in Harbor Point.
Atman's Harbor Point, Instagram,
Of course,
Facebook.
we still love the original Atman's. It's not like we don't love that one, but it's time to go check out the new Atman's, see what it is that you're missing, and see how this is going to be a part of your life moving forward, and how blown away you're going to be.
come
by
in
it.
and enjoy the atmosphere.
The atmosphere.
Yep.
Zachary,
Yes.
Anna, thank you is not going to cut it. I feel like I owe you my firstborn. Like, that's what I feel like I owe you.
You
in
just
this
owe us
moment.
a visit down at Harbor Point.
There's going to
That's
be a
all.
bunch of visits, is the way that it's going to go. There's going to be a bunch of visits coming up. I cannot thank you enough I really don't know how I'm going to continue to do the show. This is going to be the most uncomfortable show in the history of humanity. I'm truly grateful, and I can't wait to see you guys at Atman's Deli in Harbor Point very soon.
Thank you so much for having us.
Zachary
Glenn.
and Anna from Atman's Harbor Point. Can we grab a break? Yes, good, because we're going to need it. We're going to take a break.